Thinking you're all set for that 2025 vacation? You might want to think again. While you've been dreaming about your destination and booking flights, a whole new set of airport rules and technologies have been quietly rolled out across the globe. These aren't just minor tweaks we're talking about. They are fundamental shifts in security, documentation, and screening that could make or break your trip. Get this wrong, and you could face being turned away at security, denied boarding by your airline, or getting stuck in a nightmare that ruins your vacation before it even begins. Stick around, because we're about to break down the critical changes you absolutely cannot afford to ignore. Welcome to Airport Insider, fellow travelers. For the first time in nearly 2 decades, the way we navigate airports is undergoing its most significant transformation. Driven by new technology, updated security protocols, and new international laws, the entire travel experience has been reshaped for 2025. Knowing these changes isn't just a matter of convenience, it's a necessity. Being unprepared could lead to hours-long delays, unexpected costs, or the ultimate travel disaster, being told you can't fly. Today, we're providing you with the most critical airport updates you need to know. We'll cover everything from the long-awaited Real ID deadline and new biometric screening to the digital travel permits now required for entry into Europe and the UK. Alright, first up, let's tackle the one you've been hearing whispers about. For years, the most annoying part of US airport security has been the shoe shuffle. The rule, in place since the failed shoe bomber attempt in 2001, is finally changing. As of mid-2025, a new TSA policy allows travelers to keep their shoes on during standard security screenings. This is thanks to the nationwide rollout of advanced computed tomography, or CT scanners. These are the same machines that create a detailed 3D image of your carry-on bag, and now they're powerful enough to scan your footwear for threats. But here's the critical detail you can't miss. This is a phased rollout. While the policy is changing, the technology isn't at every single airport or in every lane just yet. The TSA expects the new scanners to be at most major airports by the end of 2025. But until then, you might be in a lane with older equipment. TSA officers will still have the final say, and if your shoes are particularly bulky, have a lot of metal, or just raise a flag, you will be asked to take them off. So, what's the game plan? Arrive at the airport expecting to take your shoes off. If you get to keep them on, consider it a well-deserved travel victory. Next, get ready for your close-up, because your face is rapidly becoming your most important travel document. In 2025, biometric screening is no longer a niche pilot program. It's becoming the standard at many airports. This system, often using tech called credential authentication technology, or CAT2, is being deployed across the US. You'll step up to a kiosk. It will scan your driver's license or passport, then snap a quick photo. An AI system matches your live photo to the image on your ID in seconds. This technology is being used for everything from verifying your identity at the security checkpoint to boarding the plane without ever showing a paper pass. The goal is to create a faster, more secure, and more seamless journey from curb to gate. So, what about your privacy? This is a valid concern for many travelers. For U.S. citizens, the TSA's facial recognition program is currently optional. If you're not comfortable with the scan, you can inform a TSA agent and follow the standard procedure of having your physical ID manually inspected. The bottom line is this: the days of fumbling for your license and boarding pass are numbered. The airport of 2025 is designed to know who you are just by looking at you. Moving on to the big one. After years of delays and extensions, the deadline is firm. As of May 7, 2025, every traveler 18 and older will need a real ID-compliant driver's license or another acceptable form of identification to fly domestically in the U.S. So, what does this actually mean for you? Take a look at your license. If it doesn't have a star on it, usually in the upper right corner, the TSA will not accept it as a valid form of ID for air travel. You will be turned away at the security checkpoint. Your only alternatives will be a U.S. passport, a passport card, or another federally approved ID like a global entry card. Don't wait until the last minute. DMVs can get swamped, so it's recommended to apply for your real ID at least a month before you plan to fly. Now, what about those digital driver's licenses on your phone? While the TSA is working to accept mobile driver's licenses, MDLs, from a growing number of states, the technology is still not universally accepted at all airports. As of early 2025, only a handful of states have approved MDLs for use at TSA checkpoints. The best advice for 2025 is simple. Always carry your physical, real ID card. Relying on a mobile ID alone is a gamble you don't want to take. Let's clear up some serious confusion around a rule that still trips up countless travelers, the 311 liquids rule. You might have heard it's been abolished. This is only half true, and believing the wrong half will get your expensive toiletries confiscated. For most airports in the US and around the world, the classic 311 rule is absolutely still in effect. That means liquids, aerosols, and gels in your carry-on must be in containers of 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, or less, and all of those containers must fit comfortably in one clear, quart-sized bag. The confusion comes from those new advanced CT scanners we just talked about. Because these machines can analyze the contents of your bag in 3D, they can distinguish between benign liquids and potential threats. At airports and in security lanes equipped with these new scanners, you often don't have to take out your liquids or your laptop. Some items, like liquid medications and baby formula, are already exempt from the 311 rule, but you should declare them to officers. But, and this is the key, the rollout of these scanners is not universal. The safest bet is to pack your liquids as if you'll be going through an old-school scanner. That means keeping everything in your 311 bag. If you get to a checkpoint with the new tech, you'll breeze through. If not, you're still prepared and won't be the person holding up the line. Now, for our international travelers, this is urgent. If you're planning a trip to Europe, you need to be aware of two new mandatory systems that are completely changing how you enter the continent. First is the EES, or Entry-Exit System, which is scheduled to become operational around October 2025. This system replaces manual passport stamping with a digital process. At a self-service kiosk, you'll scan your passport and provide biometric data, likely your fingerprints and a facial image. This creates a digital record that automatically tracks your entries and exits from the 29 countries in the Schengen area. Second, and even more critical for your travel planning, is ETIAS, the European Travel Information and Authorization System. The launch for this is now expected in the last quarter of 2026. ETIAS is a mandatory pre-travel authorization for citizens from visa-free countries, including the US, Canada, and the UK. You have to apply online before your trip, pay a small fee, and get approved. Without this authorization, your airline will not let you board the plane. There are no exceptions. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, remember to check the specific rules for every single country on your itinerary. The United Kingdom is rolling out its own system called the Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA. Starting January 8, 2025, visitors from the US, Canada, and many other countries will need to secure an ETA before traveling to the UK. Just like Europe's ETAs, this is a pre-clearance you have to apply and pay for online before your trip. The cost is about £10 and it's valid for 2 years. Without it, you risk being denied entry. Meanwhile, if you're headed to South America, Brazil has officially reinstated its visa requirement for citizens of the United States, Canada, and Australia, which will take effect on April 10, 2025. After a few years of visa-free travel, you will once again need to apply for an e-visa online before you go. The Brazilian government says this change is based on the principle of reciprocity. The major takeaway here is to never assume entry requirements are the same as your last trip. Always check the official embassy or consulate website for your destination country well in advance. Back in the US, our next point is a change designed to give you more control and speed up the process: self-service security lanes. At a growing number of major airports, you may find these new automated checkpoints. The initial prototype is being tested with TSA pre-check passengers at Las Vegas's Harry Reid International Airport. These innovation checkpoints allow travelers to complete the screening process at their own pace with minimal to no assistance from TSA officers. You'll watch a video with step-by-step instructions and proceed through the screening yourself. The system is designed to let you self-resolve most minor alarms, reducing the need for pat-downs and secondary inspections. While TSA officers are still there to supervise, the goal is to automate the simple checks and create a more efficient and less stressful journey. If you see one of these self-service lanes, give it a try. It's a clear look at the future of airport screening. Our final point for 2025 isn't a government mandate, but it's perhaps the most practical tip of all. Make your smartphone the command center of your travel strategy. Official airport and airline apps are no longer just nice to have. They are absolutely essential. Official airport apps provide real-time updates on security wait times, which can be invaluable for deciding exactly when you need to leave for your flight. They also send push notifications for gate changes, boarding times, and delays, which are often faster and more reliable than the terminal display screens. Your airline's app is your lifeline. It's where you'll find your digital boarding pass, track your checked bags in real time, and most importantly, manage disruptions. If your flight gets canceled, being able to rebook yourself in the app is infinitely faster than waiting in a 3-hour customer service line. When you combine this with mobile driver's licenses and digital travel authorizations like ETIAS and the UK ETA, your phone truly becomes the single most powerful tool for navigating the modern airport. Before you leave, download the apps for your airline and every airport on your itinerary. So, those are the 8 biggest changes you need to know for airport travel in 2025. From new scanner technology that might let you keep your shoes on, to biometric systems that use your face as your ID, and the hard deadline for real ID, being prepared is no longer optional. For international travel, securing digital permits for Europe and the UK is a new, non-negotiable step. The world of travel has fundamentally changed. Knowing these new rules is the difference between a smooth, seamless journey and a complete travel day disaster. The key is to do your research well in advance, get your physical and digital documents in order, and embrace the new technology designed to make travel safer and more efficient. What do you think about these changes? Are you excited about a faster process, or do you have concerns about privacy and complexity? Share your thoughts and any of your own travel tips in the comments below. And if you found this guide helpful, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update on how to travel smarter. And remember, when you know the rules, you travel smarter. Safe travels.